Hello everybody and welcome back to the Ōkami walkthrough! We've saved Shinshu Field and Taka Pass. And the world is partially at peace. And look! The Kamiki festival is in full swing. So, hell yes, we need to get back to the city, well, the village. Don't know why I said city, it's not a city. It's definitely not a city. But, I really do like this particular part, because we've had the kind of long run of the Moon Cave and facing down Orochi. The first third of the game is complete. And now we just get to have a nice moment to relax. You can interact with all of the villagers in Kamiki, and they will tell you a load of kind of fun things, really. So Kamuso's telling us not to poke our nose into other people's affairs. Hell yes, we're going to be poking our nose into other people's affairs. I want to find out how Susanoo and Kushi are doing. Now over here we have the Nameless Man, Karuda, and Mr. Bamboo enjoying some Thunder Brew. Now, what's incredibly important to note is that after this point in the game, you will no longer be able to fish in Agata Forest, because Kokari will have moved on. No, we don't know anything about Kaguya. Sorry, Mr. Bamboo. Now you can use this Thunder Brew to give them all a little bit of a shock. Now I'm pretty sure that there is... oh, well, Kokari's here at the minute and you can talk to him, but after this point, he is going to be leaving. Which... yeah, because he wants to face new challenges and be a real man like Susanoo. But don't worry, we will be seeing him again. Now I believe... if you do something with Mr. Bamboo, I'm not sure what it is, you can get a Sixth Sense reference. Where... I think it's Issun makes some sort of I see dead people reference, which is quite fun. So, all we're going to be doing today is just having fun at the festival, really. And also, yes, I just gave alcohol to an 8-year-old. That's always fun. Now, there isn't really a whole lot else in terms of important stuff for me to talk about for this part, other than maybe a few goodies, but we'll get to them. So, I suppose now is a good time to bring up something that I missed out in the Moon Cave. So in the art book there's a thing about the Moon Cave Demon Kitchen. So, after all that fuss, you storm the enemy stronghold to find that it's actually a pretty quaint little place. This idea came from a conversation I had with the scenery lead that went something like this. If Kushi's a sacrifice, do you think that means they would cook her? That would mean they have a kitchen, with imps running around dressed like chefs? Exactly. And, I'm so glad that's what they went for. Now, if you talk to Mushi's mother, Tama will set off some fireworks, which recounts the tale of you ruining her turnips. And just in general, it's all wonderful. Now you can do some things, you can interact with Issun a bit. If you, well, it's more trying to annoy him. You can try to leave the village early, which means technically the best thing to do if you want to continue. But why would you want to miss out on these actually quite amazing lines? Some of them are amazing. So you can do that. You can use Sunrise, which I can't remember whether it does or does not actually completely stop the festival. I don't think you're actually allowed to use Sunrise during this, which is good, because otherwise you'd miss out on stuff. And then there is one more point at which he will speak to you, but we will get to that. Now you can get a different firework display, but you've actually got to speak to Tama himself to get that, and Tama is, I believe, right next to Konohana. And I am indeed correct, here he is. And so we get Army, we get Issun, and we get Susanoo. It's a wonderful fireworks display. And the last people on our list to talk to in the main batch of Kamiki Village is Camellia and Camille. Now, once you have spoken to everyone in the main kind of bit of Kamiki Village, Issun will kind of recount what brush techniques we have, and kind of how far we have to go. And basically it's at this point that the game is basically telling you, okay, you've had your fun, move the hell on. Because we've only got 4 more brush techniques to find. But, before we actually go and do that, we are going to go and find Susanoo and Kushi, because they've been remarkably absent from this festival. Now, Kamuso was telling us not to poke our heads in anybody's business, but I think that's exactly what we're going to do. And seeing as there is one place linked to Kamiki Village that we haven't visited yet, that's where we're going to have to go. Now, I had a bit of a mess up occur during this. The joys of capture cards caused my capture card to kind of break midway through running to visit Susanoo and Kushi. But now we get to have this wonderful little conversation with the two of them. And Kushi is basically partially accepting us as a god. Or realising at least that we aren't your regular wolf. But also, yeah, there's a little bit of something going on between Susanoo and Kushi. And the more you talk to Susanoo, the more you get that kind of picture. It's probably one of my favourite conversations in the entirety of the game. It's brilliant. Well, it's more brother and sister, Susanoo, but okay. And what we just heard there is that Susanoo has always been able to see Ami's markings. Always. So, he truly is kind of, well, he can see the gods. Which is quite amazing. Also, there we go. In the middle of something important, and Yeah, he's told us to scram, so... yeah, you can kind of tell what's gonna go down there, unless obviously you are very young and you don't know about that sort of stuff. But, I mean, it's Hideki Kamiya. He likes his, adult references, shall we say. But with that, we really have covered everything that there is to do in Kamiki Village during the festival. So all that's left to do now is to head out of this wonderful area and begin our journey to the capital city to try and find the rest of the brush techniques. And we're entering the second third of the game now, so everything is going to get a whole lot bigger. Anybody who thought the game was going to end at this point, like... I mean, I know I thought the game was going to end after Orochi when I first played it, and then... that didn't happen. And I think it's the same with most people who haven't watched it before, haven't experienced it before. Because the game sets up as, this is going to be the end. But it very much isn't, and Ōkami is a full-fledged RPG. And I am really grateful for that, because it just means more beautiful music, more beautiful vistas. It's just wonderful. And so, here we go. It's time to leave the festival and forge onwards with our journey. Oh, I'm so excited!